You meet someone new. They say, "Hi, I'm Sarah." You say, "Hey, I'm," and before you finish your own sentence, Sarah's name has already left your brain, just gone, vaporized. You spend the next 10 minutes praying someone else says her name so you don't have to ask again. Here's the thing, this isn't a personal failing. It's not that you're bad with names. Your brain is doing exactly what 200,000 years of evolution programmed it to do. And names? Names were never part of the plan. Let's rewind about 200,000 years. You live in a band of about 150 people. You know everyone. You grew up with them. You learn their names the same way you learned the word for fire or danger, slowly through repetition over years. Nobody ever walked up to you at a tribal gathering and said, "Hi, I'm Grok," and expected you to file that away instantly. That scenario literally never happened. Fast forward to today. You walk into a networking event or a party and meet 15 new people in an hour. Each one fires a name at you in the first 3 seconds of interaction, and your brain, still running the same operating system it ran in the Paleolithic, has absolutely no protocol for that. So, what actually happens in your brain in that moment? Let's get into it. There's a famous experiment in psychology called the Baker-Baker paradox. Researchers show people the same face. They tell one group, "This is a baker." They tell the other group, "His name is Mr. Baker." Everyone remembers the baker. Nobody remembers Mr. Baker. Same word, same sound. Completely different result. Why? Because baker isn't just a word. It's a web of associations. Bread, early mornings, flour on an apron, the smell of a bakery. Your brain can hook that word onto dozens of existing memories. Baker has somewhere to live. But Mr. Baker as a name? That's just a sound. It has no meaning, no associations, no hooks. Your brain hears it and thinks, this is an arbitrary label attached to this specific face, and I have nowhere to put it. This is the core problem with all names. They're what psychologists call information poor. The name Sarah tells you nothing about who Sarah is. It doesn't describe her. It doesn't connect to anything you already know. It's a sound with no semantic anchor. And your brain, which evolved to remember useful things like where the berries grow and which snake will kill you, treats information-poor data as low priority. It basically shrugs and deletes it. But wait, it gets worse. There's another phenomenon called the next-in-line effect. And this one is almost physically painful to learn about because you will recognize it instantly. When you're in a group introduction, going around the room, everyone saying their name, you are not actually listening to the person before you. You're rehearsing your name. Your brain is occupied with, okay, my turn is coming. Stand up straight. Say your name clearly. Don't make it weird. The research on this is brutal. People in the next-in-line position remember almost nothing about what the person right before them said. Their working memory, which can only hold about 2 seconds of audio without rehearsal, is completely hijacked by self-preparation. So that thing where you walk out of a meeting and realize you don't remember a single person's name, you weren't forgetting them. You never encoded them in the first place. Your brain was too busy worrying about you. Here's where the bigger picture comes in. For the vast majority of human history, faces mattered. Voices mattered. Social roles mattered. Threat detection mattered. Names? Names were an afterthought. Think about what your brain actually is good at. You can recognize a face you haven't seen in 20 years. You can identify someone's emotional state in milliseconds. You know someone's social standing in a group almost instantly. These are ancient, finely tuned survival systems. But names are only about 5 to 10,000 years old. Written names are even younger. The idea of meeting a stranger and needing to store their name in a single exposure, that's a brand new cognitive demand, evolutionarily speaking. It's like asking a Model T to run on rocket fuel. Your brain evolved in a world where everyone already knew everyone, where you learned a person's name gradually, through community, the same way you learned their personality and their life story. The rapid-fire name exchange of modern social life is a mismatch, and your brain is not the problem. The situation is the problem. Now, you might be thinking, but I remember faces. Why can't I remember the name that goes with the face? Because faces and names live in completely different neighborhoods of your brain. Face recognition happens in the fusiform face area, a dedicated piece of neural hardware that's been evolving for millions of years. It's specialized, it's fast, it's robust. Names? Names go into the phonological loop, the same temporary audio buffer that holds a phone number for 3 seconds before it evaporates. There is no dedicated name storage region in your brain. There never evolved to be one. So, when you recognize someone's face but can't retrieve their name, you're not failing. You're experiencing two different brain systems operating at two completely different levels of reliability. The face system is a Formula One car. The name system is a shopping cart with a wobbly wheel. So here's the good news. You're not broken. You're not bad with names. You're a human running human hardware, and that hardware was never designed for the modern name game, but you can hack it. And the trick is exactly what the Baker-Baker paradox teaches us. Give the name meaning. Turn Sarah into something visual, something ridiculous, something sticky. Sarah loves sunsets. Picture her standing in a massive, glowing sunset. Or picture the name itself. Imagine actual letters, S-A-R-A-H, physically attached to her face. The weirder the image, the better. Your brain remembers things that are unusual, vivid, bizarre. It deletes things that are normal and boring. A name by itself is boring. A name glued to a mental image of a giant dancing pineapple? That sticks. And maybe more importantly, next time it happens, next time you meet someone and their name vanishes 2 seconds later, don't beat yourself up. Don't think, I'm so bad at this. Think, that's 200,000 years of evolution doing exactly what it was designed to do, because it was designed that way. You just happen to be living in a world it wasn't designed for. If this video made you feel slightly less defective, do me a favor, subscribe to Why You Do That. New doodle every week about the strange, hidden reasons behind the things you do every day. And hey, if you see me at a party and I forget your name 2 seconds later, now you know why. See you in the next one.